Long ago in the land of Canaan, there lived a young man named Joseph, his father's favorite.
Adored, gifted, and destined for greatness. But not everyone saw him that way. His brothers burned with jealousy.
They couldn't stand his dreams that one day they would bow before him. So they plotted,
Thrown into a pit, sold into slavery.
torn away from his home. Joseph found himself in Egypt, a foreign land, a stranger, a servant.
But even in chains, God was with him. He rose quickly in the house of Potiphar, trusted,
Respected!
blessed.
But just when things seemed better, he was falsely accused.
And once again, Joseph was thrown down, this time into prison. Years passed, forgotten, alone. Yet Joseph still believed,
Still dreamed.
still trusted in God.
And then one day, a dream reached the palace.
Pharaoh had a vision no one could explain.
And someone remembered a dreamer, sitting in a prison cell.
Joseph was summoned. With God's wisdom, he interpreted Pharaoh's dream, a warning of famine, and a plan to save the nation. Impressed, Pharaoh made a choice that shocked everyone. From prisoner to prince, Joseph became second in command after rising from chains to the highest throne in Egypt. And when famine struck, his brothers came to Egypt begging for food, unaware that the man before them was the brother they betrayed.
He could have taken revenge, but Joseph chose mercy. With tears in his eyes, he said, "What you meant for evil, God meant for good." So Joseph's story reminds us that no matter how far you've fallen, God can still lift you up from the pit, from the prison to the palace.
As his brothers stood before him, Joseph welcomed them with open arms, revealing his true identity and offering forgiveness, their faces frozen in shock and disbelief. Outside the granary, Joseph oversaw the distribution of food to those in need, showing how his journey from prison to palace was not just about power, but about sharing hope and renewal. In a heartwarming reunion, Joseph embraced his elderly father, Jacob, tears of joy flowing as they shared the moment after years of separation. The scene expanded to a large family gathering in the Egyptian countryside, where laughter and joy filled the air, symbolizing unity and healing after the trials they had all faced. With unwavering confidence, Joseph addressed the Egyptian people, outlining his plans to prepare for the years of abundance and impending famine, ensuring their survival. Among the crowd, the Egyptians looked up at Joseph with eyes full of admiration and hope, embodying the trust and faith that the people placed in their newly appointed leader. If you find this interesting, subscribe to this channel. In a lush field of grain, Joseph stood surveying the rich harvest, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose as workers diligently gathered the crops around him. His hands sifted through the golden grains of wheat, a powerful symbol of prosperity and the fruits of hard work that would sustain his people during challenging times. At a grand feast, Joseph sat at a long table resplendent with delicious food, surrounded by his brothers, sharing laughter and heartfelt stories of their past. A beautifully arranged plate filled with traditional Egyptian dishes captured the essence of the night, symbolizing the abundance and joy that this reunion had brought to their lives.